guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Micha'ela, and basically for today's video I'm going to be giving you guys back to school tips. So the first category is body odor slash body, because I feel like a lot of people stinked last year and I just feel like that could have been easily avoided. So I feel like the most common place to sweat, which is where your body odor comes from, is your armpits. And I recommend the Dove deodorant spray and the Band Powder Fresh. I use the green Dove deodorant spray, the mini one, or the large one, it really doesn't matter. And I use this deodorant. These have saved me so much. I sweat obviously, but like I don't smell like BO. So those have definitely saved me. But if you still find that you're still sweating and those deodorants don't work for you, a lemon or a lime slice, just putting it under your armpits as you would regularly put your deodorant, also helps. I've heard a lot of people say it's really good and have like good reviews from that. So I hope those 3 different ideas help you. Another tip I forgot to say earlier is please make sure you're washing your armpits. Every single time you take a shower, please make sure you're washing them. It doesn't matter how you wash them, just make sure they're clean, because most deodorants leave a white cast under your armpits. So when you're gonna go put deodorant on and the white cast is still there, the sweat that you collected from the day before gets into your deodorant. So now you're putting on stinky deodorant. You know what I mean? Like now the whole purpose of the deodorant is completely, what's it called? The whole purpose is like it's not there anymore. Like, I know that armpits are the only place that like contain BO, but I know it's the most common area, or one of the most common areas. If you have like back sweat or like BO coming from anywhere on your upper part of your body, I would recommend wearing a like white tank top inside of your clothes so the sweat can go into that tank top instead of going to your actual clothing. If you sweat on your feet, I also recommend not wearing thicker socks. By thicker socks, I mean like Nike socks. Those socks are really thick and it would just make you sweat even more. I recommend like ankle socks or just like thinner socks than like thicker. You get what I mean? I recommend changing out your socks every 1 to 2 days. If you're gonna do every other day, make sure you don't wear your socks in the house. You take them off right when you get in the house. For thinner socks, I know you can get some at like Walmart, TJ Maxx, or Marshalls. You don't have to spend a lot just to get socks. Now moving on to the actual like body part of this section, if you find that like you get really ashy and lotion is not helping you, I recommend getting a body oil. So I use the Johnson's Shea and Cocoa Butter Oil Gel. As y'all can see, I really used it up because there's like none left. I really recommend this because sometimes lotion is just not doing the job and you need some type of oil to make sure that you're really not ashy. Next, for showering materials, I really recommend an African net sponge. I know a lot of people say that, but it's not the only thing that can help you shower well, but that also is a great thing and it's a great investment. Another thing is a loofah. I know a lot of people say like loofahs are not good. They're just not as good as African net sponge. They are good and they do clean well. I used a loofah for about 2 years before I moved to my African net sponge, and obviously it doesn't do the same job, but it still did a pretty good job. So I also really recommend, well actually I don't really recommend it, but I recommend a loofah as well if you are unable to get African net sponge. But another thing that I really recommend as well is the exfoliating hand gloves. Whew, those do the job. Those really scrub well, especially because it's your hands, so you can actually like really like, you know what I mean, you can really scrub well. I recommend those. The last and final tip for this section is if you shower in the night, please make sure you're also showering in the morning as well, because the night just helps take off all the gunk you collected at school or throughout the day, but it doesn't do justice for the morning shower as well, because no matter how much you want it at night, your bed is always going to be dirty. It's always going to have dust from like your room. Your dirty school clothes or just dirty clothes in general are going to be on there. If you do your homework in there, all your like folders and stuff that you take from school are now going onto your bed, so your bed's always going to be dirty. So you're gonna go take a shower, go sleep in that bed, then go straight to school. Yeah, no girl, just take the shower. Hey y'all, I'm back. I went for a quick little ice cream break, but the next topic I'll be talking about is your period and how to maintain it. And if you want to skip this category, the timestamp will be on the screen for you to move on to the next one. If this is going to be your first year having your period, or this is a grade that you might get it, I recommend that y'all listen to these tips. First tip that I have is please change your pad like 4 to 5 times in a normal school day. I go to school for a 6-hour duration, but I think the average time is like 6 to 8 hours. So if you go like in that time, I recommend changing every 4 to 5 times. And Also depending on your flow, if your flow is like really heavy, I recommend 5 times. If it's not heavy, then I recommend 4 times. And if it's really light, I really recommend 2 to 3 times. But it's based off of your flow. Please don't wait until like it's time. I just want to say I'm going to be really transparent with these tips for the periods one especially. So I just want to say, TMI, it's okay guys, like it's something that all women go through. Like don't be ashamed of it. Next, I really recommend a heating pad. If you know that your cramps are like really bad, I recommend that you get a heating pad. It really works. I personally got mine from my nurse because they have like these like white bags and then you punch them and then it starts activating. I don't know how to explain it. Next, please, I'm begging, please, whatever you use, it don't matter if you use pads or tampons, please wrap it. Like nobody wants to see that. You wouldn't want to see that. Like imagine you don't wrap it and then somebody comes to the bathroom and then tells people, oh, she doesn't wrap it. Like how would that make you feel? Next is, it doesn't matter if you're transitioning, please wipe every single time you transition, because this might be a little TMI, but when you're literally sitting here, like I don't know about the tampons because I've never used one, but when you're using a pad, you're literally like sitting, like you're sitting in your, yeah, you're sitting in it, so that way it's like sticking to your skin. So like please just wipe. It's not that hard. And also it doesn't matter if you keep switching out whatever you use, the stench is still there, so it's still gonna stick regardless. I recommend using wipes, but tissue like toilet paper also works as well. Whichever one you have, please use it to your best advantage. The next category is like back to school supplies that I think are worth it or not worth it, or yeah, it's kind of like a random category, but if you want to skip, the timestamp is on the screen. For backpacks, if you're wondering what backpack to get, last year, let me show y'all. I used my black North Face backpack. She did her thing. Like there's so much space in here. It has a good like reasonable water bottle space. This could hold my wallet, so yeah, that's pretty good. And inside, it might be a bit dirty guys, don't even mind that. It's like this big. It has a compartment right here, and I could show y'all a picture of it on the screen or something like that. But yeah, this is the backpack I used last year. Another backpack that I also recommend is a JanSport. Almost everyone in my friend group had one and they never complained about it once. So I really recommend a JanSport. And obviously you don't need like a name like title bag. Amazon has really good backpacks. The next category is academics. But the first like tip I have for academics is please ask questions. Like I promise you, nobody cares as much as you think they care. Like nobody really does. Nobody's in school for you. You're in school for yourself. Everybody's in school for themselves. If you don't understand something, girl, ask the question. It's not that serious. I promise you, it's really not. The second tip is do your homework. It might be on a test, because a lot of teachers think they're slick by taking some of the homework and putting it on the test. And you're gonna be like, damn, like we never did this. But it was like, you did. It was on the homework. You just didn't do it. And also a lot of homework goes into the grade book. It's not weighed as much as like quizzes or tests, but some of it does go into the grade book and it can help you out. The third tip I have for y'all is pay attention in class, because it might not always be in your notes. Like the teacher might say something and nobody's writing it down, but like you can write it down because it might be on a test. You get what I mean? Check your grades before a term closes, because sometimes the teachers can be grading wrong. Like for example, last semester, my teacher, thank God she did, she gave us our report cards like before like it was time to go home, because you're usually supposed to give them when it's time to go home. So we were opening it during class, and I see that my Spanish final grade is an 82, but the last time I talked to her it was a 96. And our finals impact our actual grades. Y'all don't understand. I was so confused when I saw a B on my report card. So I go up to my teacher. I'm like, what is 82? And she's like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. But at the same time, I was like, how you get a 96 and an 82 mixed up? That didn't really add up to me. I ended up getting my grades switched in the grade book and on my report card as well. And thankfully I checked, because if I didn't, I don't know what would have happened. If it's time to study and like your phone is a distraction, I really recommend turning off your phone, or like maybe turning in your phone to like your mom or brother or something. Actually, no, I don't recommend that just in case they know your password, but just turning off your phone is really good. It helps you to focus more. The next category isn't really like a category, it's just like one tip. But the next category is hydration slash food. All I really have to say for this category is Please drink your water, bring extra water as well, and eat your food, because if you're not eating well, your brain's not gonna like, because you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry, and you're not really focusing in school. I know it's happened to me multiple times. So yeah, I recommend also bringing a mini snack that you can eat, sneak it during class or something. But yeah, I would really recommend that. Okay, the next category is locker do or don'ts. And I'm just gonna be telling y'all what y'all actually really need in your locker and what y'all really don't. If y'all haven't had a locker, or this is your first year having a locker, these are my tips to y'all. My first tip is get a mirror. I have two. Two is pointless. Just get one, because you're not gonna be able to go to the bathroom every like passing period time to be checking how you look. So having a little mirror in your locker is completely convenient. My next tip is, if you're getting a whiteboard for your locker, it is completely useless. I was thinking I was gonna write some motivational quote, a Bible verse every week that I'm gonna read. I'm gonna be like, yeah, let me do good in school. No, I did not. I didn't use it literally all year. It's just pointless. It's cute, but like, it's just literally pointless. So if you get a carpet for your locker, that's completely pointless as well. In fact, the carpet in my locker was a complete burden to me. Like, it was costing me more trouble than happiness. I don't know how to explain it. Another thing I recommend, if your locker is like longer than like bigger, if that makes sense, if it's okay, I hope y'all get what I mean. I recommend a table for your locker, like those mini like table things. I had a pink one and it's so useful. I love it. My second to last category is friends. Like how to make friends, how to keep friends, like how to know if somebody's your real friend, all that. The first tip that I have is, when you're making friends, I promise you, just be yourself, especially like if you're like a freshman and this might be your high school for the next 3 years. You want to get friends that will stick with you. You don't want to be fake and then you have to fake being that person for like the rest of your high school duration. No, you want to make sure you're being real and not being fake. My second tip for y'all is, when you do get your friend though, I promise you, you don't have to ride or die for everybody. You don't gotta be 10 toes behind everybody. You really don't. I promise you, not everybody's gonna ride behind you like you ride for them. Honestly, just know who your best friends are and who your actual friends are. And you don't always gotta be in the mix or always be in the drama just because that's your friend. I promise you, it's literally pointless. A way that I found to make friends was literally just by giving compliments, like saying, oh, you're so pretty, or maybe if somebody smells good, be like, oh my gosh, what are you wearing? Like, that can strike up many conversations and that can lead up to friendships. That's a way that I found easy. The last category that I have, and the last like tips I have for y'all, are just random tips that did not fall under any category. They're just tips that are there. Actually, this one kind of falls under the friend category, but do not get peer pressured into doing anything you don't want to do. This one also falls under the friend category, but don't just stick to one friend group. Stick to other friend groups, because this one friend group might not be the friend group you're going to be in next year or next semester. So you want to make sure that you have kind of friends not everywhere, and you want to be like friends with everyone, but like be friendly to people and make sure that you make friends out of different circles. Next, don't be telling everyone your business, bro. Like, so many things happened this year and I'm just like, it could have been avoided if you didn't tell anyone your business. Next, if you don't want to be that fake friend or have any fake vibes, if you say something about somebody and then that person finds out and it's time to confront you, whatever, girl, stick to what you said. Like, that's literally what's being real. Like, you're saying, oh yeah, I did say that. Don't be scared. You might get, what's it called, jumped. You might get beat up, and that's okay. I mean, it's not really okay, but like, would you rather be fake or would you rather, actually, I don't know. Well, my point is, like, literally just stick to what you say. Like, own up to your own side of the story, because you don't want nobody to do that to you. And yeah. Okay, y'all, that concludes this video. I was a little nervous in making this, but I hope these tips were useful, and I hope that y'all all have a great school year. If you want to see some more back to school content, definitely like and subscribe for more. I hope y'all all have a good day. Thank y'all so much for watching. Bye.